it'll make the time fly by for you guys. It's a pretty good show. There's a couple topics we got that you guys can pick from. There's a drugs episode where I talk about. I'll put the drugs one up. I'm not even going to ask you guys for it. It's pretty funny. So we'll during break I'll put the drugs episode of the podcast up. Now this show is something that I made with a couple friends about a year ago now. We spent a good 2 months building all the animation for it, and we made this awesome rig that would literally take our voice, the wave bars of our voice, and allow these characters' mouths to move. So we were basically doing like a very crude animated show without having to keyframe all the mouth movement. If you've ever messed with animation before, keyframing will literally kill you. It's like literally going frame by frame and moving or changing a property to make an animation work. Well, we found a way to make our voices do that work for us. It took a long time to get it built up, and so we spent all this time building it. My buddy and I, he's got an artist bug in him, so him and I collaborated over about a month and built this whole rig up to make this animated show. And then I came up with the name Loudmouth. It was called Loudmouth Talk. Was the name of the podcast, and it was going to be about video games and movies and general stuff. And sadly, we did all that work and got burnt out on it, and so then it came time to kind of kick back and do the show. And we did one season, so we got about 10 episodes, and then it died because schedules and everything else, and we weren't getting much support on it because sadly I didn't understand how social media worked. So we built this whole thing up and we put it on Facebook, and a couple people from high school, like people from school or family, like, oh, this is really cool, and they liked it, but that was it. Like the growth didn't go any further because we didn't know how to spread the word. So it died off sadly, but I still have the first season of it, and I'm hoping maybe sometime down the road that we'll be able to reunite and build that show up again, because I think we have awesome potential with what we've created there. We just never got the following to support it. So, and then my one friend, the artist buddy, is having a kid now, which having a kid is not a problem, but the type of person he is, it's going to be a problem for him. I think he'll give up all his freedom and stuff. He doesn't have very good balance in his life, unfortunately. So anyway, there's still hope for it someday. It might need to be recasted, but I would like to see it grow. But that's really not my major focus right now. That's why I've kind of switched over to a more solo venture here with the streaming and all the communities and stuff that we're getting involved in, like Kind of Funny, and CGN is another community that I joined. Also just game communities. Watch Dogs 2 has a community. Every game has a community these days, so joining those communities and making friends is my goal right now, and that's how you get more people involved. So anyway, a little behind the scenes about what happened with that. I think you guys will like it. It's really funny, and I'm really proud of it. It's just a shame that it had to die like it did. Alright, so we're trying to make some room here. Let's get this pot out of the way. Get our forge in here. And then we'll take a break. Alright. So, okay, we're getting plenty of XP for that. So we got, we didn't have the blueprint for it. So we got 2 of these. We don't really need 2 of those in there. It's alright. We'll leave it in there because I know that Rolo likes to come in here and build, and so does Peppa. But, so now they can hammer away on each other at the same time. I'm basically just fueling that fire. I gotta let Peppa go. Alright, let's tidy some things up. Checking chat really quick. Blair's at level 24. Squeegee Ouija hitting level 14. Good job, guys. You should start it up against the Squeegee. I would really like to, man. It's just tough to, like, I can have self-discipline and commit myself to stream every day with you guys. But to take a handful of people and say, hey, we're going to do a show that needs to be not only produced and created and be entertaining, but then ran through an animation system and then promoted and branding it takes a lot to make it where I want it to go. And it's unfortunate that you don't always get that support back. I'm a very, very, very much I take the ball and run with it. So I can get a little overwhelming when it comes to passion projects like that. And unfortunately, they couldn't keep up with me. So I need to find like-minded people that want something like that can commit and watch it grow, because something like that can be really big and a lot of fun, but you really got to give it, some time to grow, and they just didn't have the patience for it, unfortunately. Penguin says, as always, I'm willing to guest star. Yeah, thank you guys. Hey, we should all make a podcast with Penguin as the host. Penguin would be a fantastic host. Penguin's got a very, very welcoming personality. Alright, so we got some iron ore here. Let's see if we can bang out a sword. I think we got to actually forge the sword. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. So we can make our badass copper sword, which will help. We'll make a couple of them. So we got them. So now we can take out enemies like nobody's business. And then we got enough ingot to make our leather. And so we'll do our leather outfit. And looks like we need some stuff for our shield. So we got leather armor. And let's see what we need for the shield. We just need some wood. That's weird. I thought I grabbed wood when we got those trees. Must have used it all up. So we'll grab some wood. And then, yeah, guys, we're going to hit that break point right now. So I will bring that up in just a moment. You guys will have to let me know when I get back what you think of it. I also, you really kind of get to know me a little bit more. I'm a very goofy guy, especially when I'm around. These guys are my friends from high school, so I've known these guys for a really long time. So you could kind of get to see. I'm already pretty goofy, but you'll get to see my. It may even be annoying to some of you, but I really get going on that show. Also, my friend Nelson, he's the reason I moved out to Utah, actually. So I'm from. Give you a little bit more backstory. I'm from Michigan originally, and the economy there is really rough. So I hit him up, and he lived in Utah. He's a Mormon, and the Mormon thing is that you go on a mission when you turn 18, and then you come home and you marry somebody. So he went on his mission and came back, and when he came back, he met a girl that lived in Utah, which is the Mormon capital of the world. And sure enough, they got married, and they moved out here. And meanwhile, I'm in Michigan doing my own thing, learning life lessons and stuff. I think I need to get more wood. And so I hit him up randomly because I'm getting sick of life in Michigan. And I'm like, dude, how are things in Utah? Because I was just gonna move anywhere. My plan was to go down to Florida, get on a cruise ship, and work on a cruise ship for a couple years and just save up my money. But I'm like, I get claustrophobic, so I'm like, maybe that wouldn't be the best. So I hit him up first, and I'm like, how's Utah? And he's like, oh, you should come check it out. So I packed up my car and came out here, and I've been out here for 2 years now. So it's pretty nice. I like it. It's a good central location. I can drive to Vegas and California and stuff. Penguin and I were talking about that. All right. Anyway, I got on a little rant there. Looking for the shield. Oh, did I not? Oh, we gotta make wood. So that's one of them things in this game you gotta watch out for. So we collected wood, but we gotta make wood. Isn't that weird? It's lumber. It makes sense, but you gotta pay attention to it. And now we can make benches and all that stuff. Saloon doors. Alright, let's keep making some wood here. But anyway, so I moved out here, and I never made it to the cruise ship. It's still something I might do. Obviously now with streaming, I don't think that's going to work out. For the better. But, so anyway, I moved out here. And yeah, that's history. So that's currently where I'm at. But anyway, back to my point though. So he's super you'll see him in the podcast. He'll just kind of know in that backstory that he's got that Mormon upbringing. It's kind of funny. Nothing against, if you're Mormon, that's totally cool. I don't judge people. But, it's so funny that, they have, their religion's based on a lot of family values, which is fantastic. It's cool to have family values, but Unfortunately, I think what happens sometimes is that they study those values and talk to them a lot at church and have the idea of it, but they kind of miss on the execution of it. It's a very weird, stilted idea of what family is. When you kind of get into generation after generation, think about it. If like you were brought up being told what family means and what it means to give on to others, just kind of being told about it. So you know that you should do those things because they're the right thing to do, but you don't really like organically learn what it's like to really do that to its genuine, like down to the genuine fiber of what that means. And so it's really weird. So like in this show, he talks about how he's like, he doesn't drink and he doesn't do all this stuff because that's in his religion, which is totally fine. But what he does do is like way worse. And that's in the episode you guys go listen to. And so that kind of thing, like it's really interesting to learn that about him. All right, I'm getting so distracted here. I'm sorry. So let's get this sword made. We got the sword made. What were we trying to make? The sword's good. We got to equip it. Oh, the shield. That's what it was. All right, so we're gonna make the shield. What's up, Juicy pops in? Yeah, we're doing all kinds of crossovers. We're gonna, Bunny and I are gonna hook up. Bunny and I, Penguin and I. So, all kinds of good stuff. I was just kind of going on about the podcast you're about to hear. All right, so we got the shield up, and so we'll equip. Ayo. Get out of here, Rolo. Yeah. Ooh, the colossal coffer. Okay, cool. We definitely need that. That's gonna help us too. We'll build that when we get back from our break. That's gonna allow me not to have to do so much inventory management. All right. So we are going to equip our stuff. Make sure we got everything equipped here. We can get rid of those mallets now. So let's remove, equipped, and then we'll just put these other things back into the box, and then we'll equip that, and we're looking good, guys. Now we got our awesome leather armor, our copper sword. We're a force to be reckoned with. We got our big mallet now as well. So we're making a lot of good progress here. Let's get rid of let's tidy this up and get rid of some of the junk we don't need. Put this all away. And then we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll get back at it again. And yeah, like I said, you guys, let me know what you think about that podcast and see what your takeaway is about my buddy. Let's go to equipment really quick. I want to clear that up too before we leave. Hello. Oh, we're in this room. Equipment. All right. Put this away. Or actually, why can't I? Do I have to go over to the chest and do that? Let's see. I must be missing this. Items. I don't know how to put those in the chest. It's weird. It might be that I can't put them in there yet. It's alright. We'll get rid of this later. I just want to get rid of that excess stuff that we don't need. I think we can put it in that colossal chest that we can make. Alright, so we're going to take our first break. Like I said, guys, this is going to be 30 minutes. I'm going to grab some food. That way I got the energy to get through the rest of the stream. So let's get switch over to chat time. And we'll say some thank yous, and then we'll pop up the podcast. Looks like we got up to 84 followers so far. So thank you guys so much for popping by today, and all that love and stuff. Like I said, we'll hold off on Twitter thank yous till the end of the show. Followers are there. I think we got pretty much everything set up. So let's just go into a little bit behind the scenes of how this works. I need to grab the clip from the show really quick. So let's head over to YouTube. And unfortunately, I'm in the wrong... Oh boy, I'm in the wrong account here, and you can't really, Actually, why is Gatorade so good? fucking